Hey, what's up? Good morning. Good morning. We're here live and in living color. Live and in living color. What's up with everybody? Good morning. Good morning. Here I am, everybody's favorite pastor. I'm Mike McClure Sr. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I tell you, man, today is a wonderful day. Today is a terrific day. Oh, man. Today holds many blessings for many of you guys. I promise you, you're going to experience. There it is. There it is. Today holds miracles for you. Today holds bountiful beautiful blessings that God's going to send your way. Angela Davis, good morning. How are you? How are you this morning, Angela Davis? Amen to God. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. How are you this morning, Angela? Angela Davis, are you in the Birmingham area? Glad to know. Matter of fact, check in where you're from this morning. Let me know where you're calling in from. Not calling in, but tuning in. Sound like I'm on the radio or something. Let me see where you're calling in from. 22, all the way from London, England. Good morning. Good morning. Angela says she's blessed. Angela says, I'm blessed. Okay. Angela says, I'm blessed. Angela, are you on Michael D. McClure Sr. or are you on Pastor Mike McClure Sr.? Amen. All is well, Tutu. Tutu, all is well. Erica Patterson, good morning. Angela says she's from Trustful. Renea Bostic from Gaston, Alabama. Good morning. Good morning. Kim Jordan says, you're amazing. Don't forget it. Well, thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. Ferris Clayton, good morning. Oh, my goodness, man. Good morning. How are you? Wow, I miss you so much, man. Lay Evans, what's going on? I'm keeping up with both sides. Hey, man. Good morning, good morning, good morning. You on Pastor Mike McClure Sr. Okay, I got you. Okay. Carlos. Hey, Pastor, how you doing, sir? How are you? Latara, good morning. I got both of them going in the morning. Barbara G, Mother G, what's going on? She's from Muscle Shoals, Alabama. Muscle Shoals. Okay. Oh, man. You miss me, Ferris? Oh, man. Good morning. Man, you got to come see us, Ferris. We're back. For those that don't know, we are live. On Sunday mornings, we're back to live worship there at the Edifice, 1925 2nd Avenue South, Irondale. Beautiful service. We're in at 10, out at 11:30. That's our goal, a 90-minute service. We have hand sanitizers available at all times. We do recommend you wear a mask. It's not mandatory, but we do recommend you wear a mask. Hands off. When I call an altar call, those that would like to come for prayer are welcome to come. Amen. But we are practicing safe worship, but we are glorifying God at the same time. Pastor, when are you coming to London? We need your preaching in London. London, England. Wow. How long a flight is that? DeAndre Shepard, good morning. Good morning, DeAndre. Lakeisha Tompkins, good morning. How are you? Good morning to you. London, England. Wow, we have to pray about that one. We will certainly have to pray about that one. I tell you the absolute truth. London, England, huh? We have to pray about that one, man. See what God has to say. Is there some? What church do you attend there in London, England? To Aquanada. Who do you attend? What church? Jacqueline W. Smith, good morning. Latara Rogers, good morning. Good morning. So, as we chat with Tutu from London, I want you guys to get ready. Let's have some talk this morning. Let's talk. We're going to deal with that final pillar this morning. Thank you, Lakeisha. Can I get everyone to share? Man, I'll be asking you guys, can y'all share? And thank you to those that share. It doesn't cost. but you're just giving others the opportunity to get in on some of this good teaching, some of this good opportunity to fellowship with like-minded believers. So I ask if you would please share, please share, please share. I would really, really, really appreciate you sharing. Amen. I believe the world can benefit from your share. We've been talking about the 5 pillars. I put together 5 pillars, 5 basic needs of a marriage. Okay, Angela Davis has a praise report. Her praise report says 4 weeks ago, my faith-focused family prayed for me about a promotion. Here it is. On my job. She said, I start Monday. Come on, somebody. Oh my God. Did I not call that? Did I not call that? I mean, one of these days, you know, I don't have the platform. I'm not well known. All this kind of stuff. I am who I am. It is what it is. But the prophetic utterance that come out of my mouth are very strong. Congratulations. Congratulations on your promotion. Congratulations on your job. We're very proud of you. Good morning, Derek Kapoor. What's up, daughter? What's going on, DP? Seymour Wilder. Oh, my goodness. Seymour, what's up, Brother Wilder? Where are you at, Seymour? North Carolina, right? Are you in Birmingham, North Carolina? Barbara goes to say that's a 10-hour flight to London, England. 10 hours. Can you all get me to fly to London and take 10 hours on one flight? Woo, I got to pray about that one. Hey, glory to God. I got to go where the gospel take me. But Jesus, woo, we'll get there. Congratulations on the promotion, man. Congratulations. Eyes hadn't seen, ears hadn't heard, neither had it entered the heart of men the great things that God had prepared for those that love him. This is not the end. This is only the beginning. You're on the prefaces of a brand new dawning. Charleston, South Carolina. Got you. You keep striving. I promise you. I told you guys, I believe in the power of seed sowing. I don't run from that. I'm not ashamed of that. I do believe in seed sowing. But I want to say to somebody out there, I also believe in the power of faith. And I believe if we touch and agree on anything, that's what the Bible teaches us. And we got to speak things that be not. So when she asked for prayer for that promotion, I wasn't afraid to say it's yours. No, we stand together. We believe for one another. Kiara Noy, good morning. Good morning. So we're on that 5th pillar this morning. For those of you that are single, this is great teaching for you as you prepare yourself for marriage. I believe marriage should be a prepared state of mind. I believe that marriage should be a prepared state. You don't rush into marriage. Don't get caught up on the looks, the biceps, the triceps. Don't get caught up on the lips, the hips, the tips, and all these old kind of things. But you got to really, really, really prepare your heart, your mind, your spirit for marriage. You got to prepare yourself because marriage is a state for prepared people. That's what people don't understand. People come into marriage and you think, okay, he brings 50%, I bring 50%, we put together. No, it don't work like that. Marriage is a union, a covenant, an agreement, a promise, a merging, an amalgamation of two people giving 100% of themselves. First to God. That's how it ought to work. You both give 100% of yourselves first to God. And when you've given yourselves to God, God sees that you're ready to be given to someone else. Because it takes 3 people to make that marriage work. A biblical faith-based marriage should be God, husband, and wife. Okay? That's my belief this morning. God, husband, and wife. That's my personal belief this morning. A good marriage should be God, husband, and wife. Jasmine Bennett, thank you so much for your faith seed. Thank you so much for your faith seed. We believe God is in the midst. That's what God does. Folks, just sow, and I thank you so much for your faith seed. So as we've been talking about this marriage deal, it's been so beautiful. The first pillar, if you all can remember, go ahead, jump in, throw it in the chat room. The very basic pillar to the foundation of marriage is love. You got to have love. Love is what you continually do. Love is how you continually display your actions toward one another. Love is what motivates your conversation. Love is what keeps you in line. The second pillar of marriage is trust. And we talked about trust coming in 3 stages. The first stage of trust was fidelity. And I told you all, remember I said fidelity can be given in a basic sense, learning to stick to the rules. Stay within the guidelines and the confines of your union. Remember that? The second level of trust is learning to be honest. And when we're talking about honesty, we talk about being open and being transparent. Here it is. This past Sunday, excuse me 1 second. So this past Sunday, we had a great time at church, but one of my particular brothers was out. Well, several could not make it. And I was getting texts. One particular brother sent me a text which said, I will not be at service today. One brother did not text at all. And one brother texted, I will not be in service today. My wife and I went out to dinner, had a meal, got a stomach virus. We're staying home to take care of the stomach virus. I'll call you later. Let me say it again. One brother did not call at all. One brother, did not text at all. One brother texted and said, I will not be in service. Another brother texted, I will not be in service, and told why. Okay. First brother didn't call at all. No honesty. No openness, no transparency. Have no idea what's going on in his life. Second brother was open, but wasn't transparent. Okay, I had to ask questions. The third brother was totally open and transparent. He gave everything. There was no need to call and ask any questions. He made it clear. In marriage, that's how it needs to be between husband and wife. There should never, ever be a need to ask you questions concerning anything important in your marriage. Now, you can ask if you want to, but you guys got to get to the point in your trust to one another, your honesty, that you're very open and transparent. You make it clear what's going on in your life. You make it clear what you're doing. You make it clear how you're doing what you do. You make it clear where your motives are, what your intentions are, what your purpose is about. When all these things are open and honest and clear, man, you're on your way. You're on your way to building something, man. The third level of trust is your behaviors. How do you do what you do? Your behaviors. How do you conduct yourself with your spouse? Husband and wives. Your behaviors. After we talked about the second marriage being trust, second level, the third pillar we discussed already was that of respect. RESPECT. And I say it every week. I'll say it again. Mark Hill, what's up, brother? Oh, Mark, just slam it to the floor. That's all right. I'm still there, Mark. Lynn Lando, what's going on? Lynn Perry Lando. William Fields, what's up, brother? So check this out. The third pillar is respect. RESPECT. Respect is how you treat anyone of value in your life. You show how much you value that person by the way you respect that or treat that person. Okay? That's not, if your wife ever tell you you're disrespectful, she's also saying she's not pleased with the way you treat her. If your husband calls you disrespectful, he's allowing you to know that something in your actions they're not lining up with how he would like to be treated. Respect is treating each other right. Treating each other the way the person you're showing the action to wants to be treated, not how you want to treat them. Then we got to the fourth pillar of marriage, which is understanding. Understanding better. Hey, that's where I go. See, I don't know the word. I just know he talked about understanding. Getting understanding. The Bible says, in all thy getting, get understanding. Take time to answer questions. Take time to talk. Let each other know exactly what's happening, what's going on with each other all the time. Always see to it that there's not ever a reason why you're not abreast of what's happening in my life. My spouse should never have to seek someone outside of our union to discover what's going on with me. Neither should I have to do the same for her. Everything about my life, my spouse need to know. I need to say this. These housewife shows and reality TV is going to wreck the country, in my opinion. Going to totally destroy the fiber of the United States of America being a faith-based Christian nation like we started. Because now they're teaching that a husband and wife can have all these different Facebook accounts and IG accounts and this account and that account and don't have each other's passwords and all this stuff. I don't know how you all feel about that. But my grandbabies have my passwords. My wife have every password I own. My wife can go into any account I own. Financial account, social media account. It doesn't matter. I can do the same. There are no secrets there. Why should there be? But we haven't. Now watch this. We can. But if my phone rings and she's out of the room and can't hear it, I said, baby, you got a call. You got a call. Might get that for me. I may or may not get it. If my wife is asleep at night, my phone is on my side of the bed on the nightstand. Her phone's on her side of the bed on the nightstand. I don't wait till she go to the restroom or get some water or something to check her phone. I don't have to. We've talked and texted each other all day long. We've said to each other, hey, I'll holler at so-and-so today. Hey, you know who called me today? And if we don't, no biggie. Just didn't think about it. It didn't matter. But secrets are killers. Secrets, man. Secrets. There are no well-kept secrets. Somebody is aware of what you think is private. So I want to say this. If you're going to get anything in your marriage, somebody say get understanding. Then finally, pillar number 5. Y'all ready for this? Pillar number 5 is the pillar of faith. Faith. Having a trust and belief in a power bigger than myself. Faith for my marriage. Faith says that I always believe my marriage can be greater. Faith says that there is greater. No matter what level you're on, where you are in life, faith says there is greater. Faith says you can always do better. Faith says you can always have more. You can always be more. Faith is that which motivates you to never settle where you are. The only time I see the word settle or settled in the Bible is of a negative connotation. We never read in the Bible where settled is a positive or godly or good thing. We don't settle. We're always striving for better. Who am I talking to this morning? We're always seeking to go higher. Terry Porter, what's up, Frat? We're always looking to be what God has called us to be. It's faith. I really believe that true biblical faith-based faith is God's imagination actively working in the mind of God's people. Write it down. I've said it. First time you ever heard it like that. I believe real faith is God's imagination. God's. I believe real faith is based on how God thinks, actively working in the mind of his believers, his children. I believe real faith is attempting to see things as God sees it. I believe real faith is believing for you from a heavenly perspective, the way God believes for you. Faith. You've got to have faith in your marriage. When your faith is in God and in the possibility of a wonderful marriage, it increases your hope. When your faith is in God, it helps you set a higher standard. When your faith is in God, it helps you to believe for all things. It helps you to trust like never before. When your faith is in God, it helps to kindle an open door. We talked about that first pillar of marriage being love. Love is deeper. Love is greater when it's motivated out of faith in God. Because some people got to be loved by faith. Some people, it takes a relationship with God to love them. Hey, come on, talk back. You're not being mean. If your love is not out of faith, then the first time that person does something to disappoint you, you stop, you quit. It's got to be born of faith. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Man, we're talking about marriage now. We're talking about living together forever, or at least until death do us part. And one of the things that blow my mind is how anybody, and I know this is going to affect, might offend some, but how is it I can get a prophetic utterance for the world? I can get faith to move mountains, but I can't create enough faith to change my heart toward my spouse. The most important institution in the world is that of marriage. And we want to build churches, but don't want to build our marriage. I don't think that pleases God. We want to build arenas around the world, want to build relationships all over, want to be speaking on everybody's major conference. Everybody want thousands. We want to lead multi-thousands of people, but have no faith to lead a spouse and children. We can't build a household, but we want to build a kingdom. I believe it all starts with our faith. I believe faith is that pillar that supports all the other pillars. I believe faith is what you need this morning. Somebody right now, I need to tell you right now, don't give up yet. If you've not trusted by faith, if you have not turned your union over into the hands of God, if you've not allowed God to have some power and operation in your marriage, don't quit yet. Now, I know you might not be liking that person right now. Not very crazy about them right now. But have you tried your faith? You put your faith in action for your home. How about for your marriage? Some of us had faith for the wedding. Now have faith for the marriage. Ask God's help. I said this morning that I was going to take as many questions as I could because last week when I took questions at the end of that lesson, I ran out of time. So this morning I'm coming in early with the question period. I want to take any question anybody might have concerning marriage. Any question whatsoever, I don't mind. Nothing is off limits. Any question you might have about marriage, any question about my marriage, my life, ask. And I will happily try and answer your question and help you to be what God will have you to be and do what God called you to do. I believe there's greatness still available for everyone's union, everyone's marriage. So I'm here. Let's go. Let that down. Let's go. Let's talk about it today. Pastor Mike, you've been married 39 years. Okay. I'll be 40 years married in June. Okay. I'm not even 60 yet. Okay. So I've been married longer than I've been single. Is that making sense to everybody? We built a beautiful home. We built they're married now, 5 beautiful children, 11 beautiful, wonderful grandchildren, a powerful, wonderful ministry. Our sons and daughter works powerfully in ministry. We're preparing our grandkids now for ministry. We're not saying we know everything, but I am saying we know enough to help you get to the place where God will be pleased with your union. In the McClure household, we don't teach theory. We teach principles that we've lived out through practice. So what's your question? Let's go. I want to hear from you. Thank you, Liz. Let's go today. Let's go today. Who can I help today? I'm available. I'm available to you. My heart I give to you. Do what you say, do. Use me, Lord, to show someone the way. Wait, hey, PMJ didn't get that gift from me, baby. No, sir. I had nothing to do with that singing, man. Let's go. Let's hear it. What you got? Wait a minute, Cherie. You know I can't sing. Man. Well, no questions this morning. Wow, we ran out of time last week. Okay, anybody have a question for a friend that some of your friends might want to ask concerning marriage? Maybe we can help them out in any way. I covered faith. We covered understanding. We covered respect. We covered trust. And we covered love. These are the most basic principles of marriage that you must have. These are your must-haves for marriage. These 5 things have got to be there. Kira North said, you've got to have these 5 pillars. They must be strong. They must be standing erect. They must be there to have that marriage, to have the joy you want, the laughter, the peace. Good morning, Mom. Everything, these 5 pillars must be in place, period. There can't be a substitute for them. You can't have 4 out of 5. If you have 4 out of 5 of the pillars, you're leaning somewhere. But to have balance in your marriage, to have balance, equilibrium in your marriage, all 5 pillars must be active, present, strong, erect, standing tall. Okay? You got to have that. So there are no questions. Wow. Somebody's loving it. Somebody's loving it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Get ready, man. It's going to be powerful. God wants to do great things in your marriage. Betty Moore said, training for the family. Kira North said, were you always transparent? If not, how did you reach that goal? I like that. Question number 1. She said, were you always transparent? And the answer is absolutely not. And Angela, if Lady McClure is still on, Angela, if you're on and like to kick in on any of the questions, you're welcome to do so. She says, were you always transparent? No, ma'am. I was not always transparent. And I'll tell you why I was not transparent. I was not always transparent because let's start from the very start. The very first basic pillar of marriage is love. I wasn't transparent because I didn't understand how to truly love my wife. I had to learn that. I wasn't transparent because I wasn't trustworthy. I wasn't trustworthy. Okay, using the pillars. I wasn't transparent because I didn't know how to show respect. I wasn't transparent because Lord have mercy. I never sought to get understanding about anything. I believed I was right, and that was the end of that. I would move out on what I believed regardless. It didn't matter how they felt. It didn't matter someone else's opinion. I always stuck with how I felt about everything. So no, I wasn't transparent. I wasn't very open. Matter of fact, I was very concealed. I tried to move in stealth. Okay. I thought I was smart enough to be, listen to this statement. I thought I was smart enough to live in sin and get away with it. Oh God. I thought I was smart enough to live in sin. Hey, Zuriel. Good morning, sir. I thought I was smart enough.
By the way, it's 6:31 a.m.
Well, thank you, Siri. I was speaking to Zuriel, but Siri thought I was talking to her. Yeah, I thought I was smart enough to live in sin and get away with it, but I wasn't. You got to be careful. You got to understand, your sin will find you out. Okay? Okay? So no. I had to learn to be transparent. Okay? I learned to be transparent when I realized that secrets bite the ones who's holding them. I'll never have to worry about being bit by a snake that's in somebody else's hand. I'm not afraid of another man's secret. It's my own secrets that will bite me. That's what I'm trying to say. Am I making sense, Zuriel? I'm never worried about what's going on in someone else's heart when my heart is right. When my heart is right, I'm not afraid of somebody else's wrong. I'm at a place in my life now at 58 where I no longer feel the need to have to justify another man's lie about me. I'm at a point in my life, I could be transparent now because I'm at that place in my life, I no longer have to give an answer to every question asked of me. That one will take you a while to understand. I've learned, I'm at a place in my life where I understand now the power of inclusion and exclusion. At where I am in life, you get to the point where you understand you don't have to walk with everybody, and everybody don't have to walk with you. And if I must be like you in order to be with you, I don't need you. Anybody that put pressure on you to change in order to walk with them don't like you. Because if they liked you, they wouldn't attempt to change you. You don't change what you like. You change what you dislike. So if you're attempting to constantly change me, you're also constantly telling me you don't like me the way I am. And if you don't like the way I am, but my life pleases God, then I have a decision to make. Am I going to please God or you? See, I discovered some years ago, I'm different. That's what people don't get. A lot of people say I'm this. I put on an air. I'm arrogant. I'm none of that. I'm different in that I'm not afraid to be myself. I'm only happy when I'm me. I'm only happy when I'm being what God called me to be, doing what God called me to do. Any other time in my life, I'm miserable, attempting to make you happy. Then watch this. So I put on this pseudo lifestyle. I achieve making you happy, only to discover that what it takes to make you happy makes me miserable. Now, that's why the principle of inclusion, exclusion comes along. Because evidently, I can't please you. Then I have to walk away from you. I tell people all the time, people come along, I'm a barrister for one serving in ministry. If you're serving me to make yourself happy, then in actuality, I'm serving you. I'm gonna let y'all think about it this morning. So when you come on with me and ask a question, get ready. Get ready. I'm gonna tell you the real, baby. No. If you call to serve me, serve. Seek your happiness somewhere else. Jesus. Hey, Pat Kenyon, that's that big one, ain't it? I know you don't have to be with everybody. I don't have to fit in every circle. My wife, Angela Woods McClure, and I have no problems this weekend or next weekend or last weekend if everybody we know threw a barbecue and we got invited to none of them. Y'all not listening. Man, we want some barbecue. We'll go out in the back 40 of our own property. Light up a grill and, wait a minute, let me be honest. We'll go out back, call a chef. We ain't finna cook nothing. Let them come over, do what we got to do. And that's how we live. That's how we live. You can be transparent when you're at peace with God and yourself. Until you get to the point where you're at peace with God, you cannot be transparent because you don't know when what's inside of you that you're hiding is going to be exposed. Jesus. But if you have nothing to hide, hang out. Nothing to hide. I need to be honest now. Listen, the guy you see here, this is me Sunday in the pulpit. Or next Thursday in the meeting. Or today. This is it. This isn't a front, an act, an air. It's Mike McClure, baby. This is real talk. Hey, you like that, Charlotte? When you're at peace with God, you can be transparent. You at peace with God and yourself. Now remember that word peace from the word shalom. Don't forget. Now let me lower this just a bit. Okay. Don't forget that word peace, shalom, it literally means to have all your enemies under your feet. You have your enemies under your feet. You're free from enemy molestation. That's what puts you at peace. So if there's no enemies actively, freely running around in my life, why shouldn't I be open? Let me share something with you guys. Y'all ready for this? My wife has no curtains up to any window in the front of our home. I don't think there's any curtains in our building, in our house. There are no curtains. There are no curtains across the front of the house. There's no curtain. No curtain. She's open. She's transparent. If you're sitting in our music room playing the piano, that window's open. If you're sitting in the dining room at the table, that window's open. Are you hearing me? Now watch this. When you get to the TV room, the activity room, I guess the great room, where the family relax, watch television. There are no curtains, but there are blinds. They call, I think, plantation blinds or something like that, she taught me. Now, they're normally open, but then there are times when we practice certain activities They're called blinds for a reason, so that we can close them and blind the outside world to what's going on. Because there are family activities that from time to time take place in that room that should not be of public knowledge. God, who's listening? Yeah, you can be transparent when what you're doing pleases God and yourself. Question, let's go. I answered that one. I answered that one, boy. I busted head on that answer. I probably gave you more answers than you were ready, man. You should have a notebook full of notes on that about transparency. Yes, sir. I never forget my spiritual mother, Lady Carolyn Johnson, the wife of His Grace, Apostle Bishop Flynn Arthur Johnson. She told me, she said, Mike McClure, that's my spiritual mother, mom, spiritual. She said, Mike McClure, you're open, but you're not transparent. This is my look when she said it. I'm like, what do you mean? She says, if I ask you a question, son, you will answer. But as your spiritual mom, why do I have to ask? Blew me away. I started practicing transparency at that point. I started practicing transparency at that point. I started working on it at that point. I got to get that down, Pat. I got to work on that one. I had to get an understanding of what that was all about. Because I realized that if you ask me a question, I give you an answer. You had to ask because there was something about the answer to your question that I was hiding. And you hide different things in your life for different reasons. You don't always hide things in your life because it's bad. Sometimes it's embarrassing. Am I making sense, Nikki Spencer? There were things in my life that were just embarrassing. So you didn't want to go out there. Any other questions? I enjoy this. I really enjoy this. Are you guys being blessed? I would love to have as many of you all that watch Pastor Mike, if you're in the area or you driving distance or you're willing to catch a train, plane, bus, carpet ride, or broom. I would love to have you guys come in and worship with us on a Sunday morning, 10 o'clock a.m. at Revelation Church Ministries, 1925 2nd Avenue South, Irondale. I promise you, it's a wonderful experience. It's a wonderful experience. Nikki Spencer said, yes, you are. I am experiencing that in my marriage. Transparency, it'd be great. It's great. It's great. It's really great. You know, animals are afraid of man because between the animals and man, there's no transparency. Animals don't trust us. They run from us. They have a fear of us. They never know what we're up to. Now, some a house pet, we're able to win their trust. Some we cannot. I wonder how many of you guys have really won the trust of your children? The trust of your children. Here's a question Vanessa Foreman asked. Good morning, Pastor. Do you believe love can be transparent between two people before they ever meet? Good morning, Pastor. Do you believe love can be transparent between two people before they ever meet? I don't think anything can exist between two people that never meet. I think it can exist in me. It can exist in them, but there is no us. So nothing can exist in a state of non-existence. Nothing can exist in a state of non-existence. Now, because it's in me and it's in them, when we meet, boom, it explodes in us. See, what makes love work is that initial reaction to meeting each other, which is called falling. You fail. Boom. What did you fall into? You fell into love. And it was real and it was true. And you knew how to maintain it. That's why 40 years later, you're still in it. Am I answering the question? So I believe much can exist in me. Much can exist in them. But until we meet each other, it cannot exist in us together. There is no us. We have to come together. When Gerard Caldwell says, Faith, I'm fully convinced and persuaded that whatever God has promised, he's able to perform it. Love you, Doc. I need your cash out. Man, thank you, Pastor. Brother, I'm on your side, Pastor Caldwell. Whatever God has promised, he is able. And I'm going to say something. Pastor, watch this. Hey, Pastor, watch this. I believe whatever God has promised, he is able to perform it. But everything that God is able to do, he does not do. God, everything God is able to do, he's not allowed to do. Jesus, talk back. Everything God is able, snap back. Everything God is able, he's not allowed. Because he gave man the ability to decide. He gave us ability to make decisions. And many of our decisions blocks God's ability. Hey, that's it, Gerard. That's it, Caldwell. We got to do something. Many of our decisions blocks God's abilities. Because, watch this. Watch this. There is a power on earth that's greater than the atomic bomb. There is a power on earth that's greater than the nuclear bomb. The only other power on earth that's greater than any other power on earth, watch this, it's greater than the love of God. Woo, I'm going to get in trouble with my theology today. But till you think about it, it's greater than the love of God. And it's the will of man. Good morning, son. You call my daughter. Great daughter in the Lord. The will of man is the greatest source of power on earth. The will of man stops, blocks the ability of God. Your will. Your will. Notice this. God brought every living creature before Adam. He said, whatever you name it, that's what it would be. Watch this. Whatever your will is, that's literally, come on. What God was saying to that brother. Whatever your will is for that animal, because that animal don't have a name yet. It has no character yet. It don't know what to do yet because you hadn't named it. But whatever you name it, whatever your will is, that's what it's going to be. Jesus, that's a lot of power. God did not name an elephant an elephant. Man's will did that. Man willed an elephant to be an elephant. Man willed a bird to be a bird. God created you, But you will only be what you will. Y'all ain't talking. Y'all better talk back to Mike McClure. I'm about to get excited, man. I love this kind of stuff. God created Cherie Spencer. But if Cherie wants to be, she can be. But what she don't want to be, she'll never be. It's her will. Her will. Her will. What you will. That's why we got to be careful. All these flippant statements we make out of money. Hey, Pastor Caldwell, we on to something this morning, brother. Whew. I believe God has the ability to do anything. God, watch this. Watch this truth. Watch this. Watch this. God promised Israel a certain land we call the promised land. You ever notice it's called promised? Promised. Promised land. It's already promised. It's already ours. Did you know that till this day, right now, Israel has not ever possessed 100% of the land that God promised? It's hers. She hadn't possessed it. Jesus Christ. She hadn't possessed it. It's like right now, some of y'all out there right now, I can go put $100 in the bank and put your name on the account. But until you go in and possess it, it's on your account, but it's not in your possession. You got to will it. You got to believe it. My God, my God. You got to want it, what God wants for you. I need some people out there right now that's listening to me. When it comes to your life, your marriage, your ministry, your manhood, your manners, your money, your management skills, all the M's I can come up with, I need you to begin to will that thing. Wow. Let me see what my daughter got to say right here. And what, God, y'all forgive me. Booyah. At what point in the marriage is it acceptable for faith to run out and you start believing the works of the person and bounce? Okay, watch this. Faith never runs out. But when I show you I'm a fool, believe me, you didn't lose faith because you bounced. Okay, I know y'all ain't gonna like me. I'm a pastor. No, you better hear me. You don't lose faith because you bounced. You bounced because of your faith. Because what you have now is a blocker. What you have now is a person evidently who is reprobate in their beliefs and understandings of life. What you have now is a person that have settled. And listen to what God did when a person settles. God says, Abram, come out from amongst them. Now I'm going to tell you, I'm going to do the conversation between God and Abraham, but I'm going to paraphrase it a bit to get you to understand it. I'm paraphrasing. I'm going to be somewhere. I'm going to paraphrase it. I'm going to paraphrase it, and I'm going to be somewhat parenthetic just a little bit. Okay, watch this. God said, Abram, come out from amongst them. They've settled. Abram said, who settled? Your dad and them. The original person picked to be the father of faith, in my belief and understanding of the Bible, was not meant to be Abram. It was meant to be his father. But his father started on a journey, got halfway along the way, and settled. When he settled, God says, you know what? I can no longer do anything through him. He settled. Abram, before the ex of your daddy rub off on you, come out from amongst them. I know I'm talking about your mom and daddy. Be separate. I need you to become a different. Okay, bro. Okay, sir. Let me put this right here. I need you, Derica, place my cash app in there for me, please. I need you to become a different person, because if you don't, you will settle too. Let me tell somebody. Look at my face. Brothers, if she has settled, you can do nothing with it. Sisters, if he has settled, it's not just over for him. Let me go Ebonics. It's over for y'all. When I settle, everything connected to me settles. I'm going to stay in faith. I'm going to stay in faith. You settled. I'm about to come out from amongst you and be separate. Everybody don't like this. Everybody don't like this. But there's nothing taught in the Bible about me giving up on life because my partner has. Nothing in life. Nothing in life say I got to give up because you have. Where my crowd at? Where my folks at? Y'all ain't liking this. And I know, and many biblical teachers and scholars are going to differ with me, and that's okay. I don't mind. You settled. I still dream. If you're settling and I'm dreaming, you know what that means? We're wrestling. And I'm not about to spend my life wrestling. You settled. I'm dreaming. That means we're at odds. You settled. I'm dreaming. You stop. I'm going. I'm up. You're down. We're not favoring one another. How can Amos 3? Come here, Amos. Amos. What do you think about two people walking and one of them settled and the other one have not settled? What do you think, Amos? Say what? Say it loud so people can hear you in the back, Amos. Amos says, how can two men walk except they be agreed? Jesus, I'm teaching. Amos said they cannot walk except they be agreed. No, daughter. No, sir. I don't believe in that. Stay in faith. You ain't lost your faith. My faith is in God. I'm going to love you. I'm going to love you, but I'm not going to settle with you. And it may be me walking away and doing what God told me to do. That may be what it takes to open your eyes. I might have to bounce, but I'm going to love you. I love you. I need you to be everything that God called you to be. Maybe what I need to be for you, instead of being an enabler, I may need to become an example. Well, let me just show you what we could have. You stay here. I'm going to move here. I ain't got to necessarily divorce you because God joined us together. Let no man put asunder. But I cannot live happily in a state that does not measure up to the dream that God has given me. If God gave me the dream, he wants me to realize it. God, Mike, I think about saying it again. If God gave me the dream, it's only because he wants me to realize it. Yeah. Not all ambition is bad ambition. Not all desire is bad desire. You got to know, you got to realize what God wants of you. I'm one of the few pastors. I find great joy in helping others discover who they are. I get joy out of it. Talk to my son, my sons. I ain't talking about just Mike and Darius. I'm talking about talk to Mike Ellis, talk to Patrick King, and talk to Milton. These guys know behind closed doors. We talk. I tell them, I said, man, this is gonna be a crazy statement. But my joy in life is seeing sons come to me, crawling into this cave of Adullam, crawl into this cave of Adullam with me. Crawl up in this cave, hang out with me in this cave for a while, and then come out a warrior, come out a mighty man, come out better, come out bigger, come out bolder, come out brighter. Makes my day. I'd rather have 7 millionaire sons than to be one myself. Because I'm good. God got me. And it's impossible to produce and not be produced. That makes sense. You can only bring forth what's in you. You can't carry it and conceal it. You got to let it show. You got to let it out. Let people bite of what God has placed in your life. No, Sister Bounce. Tell nobody. I can't look at anybody straight in their face and say, well, give up on your dream. He or she did. Stop believing God. They don't anymore. You won't get that from Mike McClure. I don't see that as biblical. I don't see that. I don't think you have to become low down. That's one of the things I don't believe in. And I'm gonna go ahead and close out. Even when it comes to Church of Cherie, if I decide I don't want to be a part of First Baptist Nakalula Falls, I don't have to get mad with that church. I don't have to follow. That's what believers need to stop. We got to find a reason why. Why does it have to go negative? I've discovered in my time in ministry that there is no one in my ministry I cannot survive without. And there is no one in this world that cannot survive without me. You got to understand this stuff. We both can survive without each other. The real question is, have we been assigned to each other's lives? It's the real question. My sons and my daughters in the spiritual realm, their destiny is dependent upon me, just as mine is to those that I've been, and it goes up. It's just a hierarchy that God created. Man, I love y'all. I gotta go. Have y'all been blessed? If you've really been blessed, man, hit that share button. Let people see it. Let people see it. Number 2, if you've been blessed, tell people that Pastor Mike will be on every Wednesday morning at 6 a.m. Tell the world. Every Pastor Mike comes on every Friday morning at 6 a.m. Tell them Pastor Mike gets real. He teaches the Bible with simplicity, with jocularity, but he teaches the truth. Number 3, share a seed today. Share a seed. The Cash App is there on the screen. We love you, Pastor. Thank you for much. Thank you for your love. Share a seed. Share a seed today. Cash App is $PAATORMIKESR. Thank you. Byron LG, good morning. Hey, Pastor Byron. Man, call me, man. I just want to know how you doing. Man, God bless you, little brother. Love you, man. Take my number, 205-601-5749. Take that, Byron. Give me a call. Everybody else, just ignore what you heard. I'm that guy. Everybody can call, because if you call me once and don't want anything, the second call is blocked. Y'all don't like that kind of stuff. Just be real about it. Just people respect you when you're real. If you want to sow a seed, we would appreciate it. PAATORMIKESR. Every seed sown is prayed over. Every seed sown is believed that Deuteronomy 1:11 will attach itself to your seed and you will be blessed. I thank God for you. I love you all. Man, I'm praying that. Thank you, William Fields. Have a blessed day. Thank you so much. I pray that everyone's day is amazing. I look forward to seeing you right back here Friday morning at 6 a.m. And we're going to do this thing again. We're going to get it live and popping. And I don't mind asking any question being asked. I don't think any question's too hard. And anytime a question comes and I don't have an answer, I'll go and research, get an answer, come back and share it with you when I do. God bless you, man. I love you. Ain't nothing you can do about it. I'm praying for you. I'm believing God for the very best. God bless y'all, man. I'm Mike McClure, and I approve this message. Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have the privilege, the honor to bring to you something special tonight. It's my honor to introduce. Come on.
93, a seed was planted in me. From then on, all I could do was sing.
Come on.
Now it's time for the world to hear me.
Get your hands up.
The message of love, joy, and peace I bring. I've been patiently waiting on my chance to blow.
On my chance to blow.
Think it's about time that I let
Put your
you
hands
know.
up. Put your hands up.
Truth about my God and the love He shows. The secrets to life I know so. Welcome to the Mike McClure Show.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Welcome to the Mike McClure Show.
I introduce to you.
Welcome to the Mike McClure Show.
Get your hands up.
Welcome to the Mike McClure Show.
Mike McClure. Come on.
2003, a word was spoken to me. That I would sing in the presence of kings. Then the world see the God in me.
And me.
Then they'll love me for me. I've been patiently waiting on my chance to blow.
Side to side.
Think it's about time that I let you know.
Put your hands up.
Truth about my God and the love He shows.
Come on.
The secrets to life I know so. Welcome to the Mike McClure Show.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Welcome to the Mike McClure Show.
I introduce to you
Welcome to the Mike McClure Show.
Prince of the Revolution,
Welcome to the Mike McClure Show.
Mike McClure. Come on.
You are welcome to